I think you're lucky that the stream wasn't started at that moment.
Yeah. That would have been very funny.
Okay, well, maybe it was. Let's find out.
Okay.
I'm gonna get... My phone's probably getting blown up with me streaming myself. Also, this music's really annoying me. I probably download all these and then delete all the ones that aren't the long ones.
Except the last one, because that last one's funny.
Oh my god. Barely didn't get caught.
Oof.
You got saved by the bell. I'm really hoping that the, like... Okay, we got actual viewers, like 4 people. I'm hoping that they're not like, this is not worth it. Because, like, they're right.
They're right, but... Oh, thank you, No. No the realist. Yeah.
No, this is the 5th one.
This is the 5th one.
Holy crap, it finally works. Yeah, because I had to make it 720p. Which I hate. But it's weird because sometimes I can run in 1080 and it's perfectly fine. Got so bored I went to YouTube Shorts. Alright guys, today we're going to be posting my $10,000 Hot Toys collection. Starting off with Day and Night. I've watched
We need to have Subway Surfers on the corner.
That's a great idea. Oh, it's a Virginian cloth.
As I suspected. Your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous. Orders come from all over the season for more.
Rhymes with grug. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is much more gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? He kind of sounds like Hondo Awada from Star Wars.
Which one's that? Which glove shitter is that?
He's from... Do you think that counts?
I don't know. I don't know enough about him to know if he's a glove shitter. Oh, no, it's a shito.
Yeah, do you think stream's gonna catch that?
No, surely not.
He's from
if they do, I will fight them with my fists and my fury.
You can get the cargo... Oh. Oops, that's not me.
You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Mr. Nero. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBron?
He said it like people say, like, you're kind.
Yeah. British, and then in quotation marks, people. Cracky will have backup from me and Big Boss.
Sorry, I went and grabbed my, like,
It's a
4
big
remaining
voice.
cookies.
Ooh. What kind of cookies?
Chips Ahoy. But they're the chewy Chips Ahoy, which is the best Chips Ahoy.
Ooh.
She was taken to the attendance room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. It makes no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier. Quicker than her.
Why is Mr. Nero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time?
No! Miles Edgeworth! I have food in my mouth, Miles Edgeworth!
I'm very hungry!
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free reign to examine the plane. To examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants.
Get a different cookie at that point? Why? I like these ones. I see.
I like hungry Francisca, just like, Miles Edgeworth, you have, this is really good. That's some good ASMR for you. Oh, this is me. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Mr. Nero. I wonder if you may grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room?
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
I don't. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Francisca's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. Suspect?
The likeliest suspect, Francisca.
Do you have a problem with that?
No. It's not like you use such a vague... It's not like you use such a vague wording. You're usually a bit more... absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is it my kindness too hard to understand?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast.
You can use logic too? Wow.
Oh my god. Logic's so good that they had to make a second one.
The instant contradictions never really get old to me.
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice pair of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. Oh, a nice piece of evidence. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body. Meaning that the real scene of the crime is not his lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me?
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could have been the killer simply choose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected that you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way.
Ah, but did you know that but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there is proof of that.
Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Actually...
I know what it wants me to say.
Objection, dumbass.
Yeah,
Haven't you heard? You absolute failure.
How am I still not sending enough data? I'm actually gonna end
Oh
that.
no, come on.
Please don't tell me I have to restart the stream again.
No, please.
I might have to.
Okay, it's looking fine. I'm looking at the... It's like that video that is telling you his master plan after eating KFC. Send me that. I have not seen it. All it takes is one look at this, and you'll have your answer.
Indeed, I have my answer now. That you're an ignorant whippersnapper.
Ah, and you're just an unforgiving whippersnapper, or whipsnapper. The suitcase ended up in the in-flight shop, and I remember that. The answer should become clear if I just think about the path the killer took. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Oh, okay, wait.
That other one also works.
Hmm.
I don't know. Does it seem to be working well for you guys?
It seems fine.
The spilled
From
grape
what I
juice in
can-
front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Thank you, Latino. Where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here?
Take that!
This mark. Would you say it looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels on the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
You guys seen the Milo Murphy versus Final Destination trend? What does this mean? Like, actually, what does that mean?
I think I saw it, but it was also like 2 a.m., so I immediately went to bed.
Objection!
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot.
My eyes.
You prepared yourself and acquired that piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and flew out of the body within the suitcase. On no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be discoverer of the body.
Not a bad bit of logic. That's something you thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me.
I mean, isn't the whole thing about Milo Murphy's Law that he's just like fucking force of calamity? Isn't that like his deal? I kind of did not comprehend at all what she said. Wait, that can't be right.
Objection!
First statement, Francisca, come on!
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony.
Milo's Murphy's Law is a Disney Plus show from the creators of Phineas and Ferb. He essentially goes through the same Murphy's Law as anything that can go wrong will go wrong, but he navigates through... Oh, I thought that was a Wikipedia snapshot. That would have been way funnier.
Is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools of those who would stand in the courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake?
This Captain Hugo Piggybank is such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
But what is
Oh,
Final
it's just such a.
Destination?
Is this actual Emma?
No, I'm just AI. What?
Okay, but do you actually not know what Final
I
Destination
mean, I've heard
is?
of the movie. Every time someone says it, I think of the Smash stage.
Basically, it's a series of films where, also of course you think of the Smash stage. It's a series of films basically centered around the concept of getting a vision of a place where you're supposed to die, and then you go, oh no, I'm going to avoid that place, and then basically you upset like death, and so it's just like putting you through a series of like events, of like just miraculous events of like dying or like of fatal things.
Colonel. It says that I'm gonna die.
You've probably
now.
seen like
Hot topic.
scenes of it.
Puerto Rico.
And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then what about the blood in the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence.
Colonel. I just dodged death, Colonel.
Colonel.
Wow, Snake. I'm Otacon, by the way. Even though I sound like Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, your head is
Your
huge.
bandana is huge.
I thought you, for a second, I thought you might have been doing like Femme Peter Griffin, low-key.
That is kind of what she sounds like.
Holy crap, Lois, I'm on estrogen. I'm Petra Griffin now. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then, the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor. And took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage.
Richie Otacon
In my
sounds
pocket,
like
to
Cheetor?
be precise.
No, he doesn't. No, he just doesn't. Cheetor's like, I'm Cheater! And Otacon's like, Snake, do you think that love can bloom on the battlefield? Like, that don't sound very similar at all.
Shout out Raiden, first ever AI girlfriend. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there! Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
So you just changed tone of voice, that's the same voice. Because I'm the same person! They're not, they don't sound similar at all. The criminal wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place. I think that the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Am I able to change this without go? Oh no, you have to be on the main menu to change the graphics.
Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase. It signals to me that the killer... ...
Okay, sorry Edgeworth, I have something way more important to show off.
You're edging me! I feel like Gumshoe has a muscle man voice. I obviously didn't subscribe to that because that would be my my Edgeworth voice if it was.
I'm just gonna mute the game really quickly so that they don't hear it. You're still gonna hear it, but you're gonna have to pull up the stream if you want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I just saw the browser window slowly lift.
long are you gonna stay in there?
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not. I always work alone.
We won't even do this moment, because this moment he sounds a little off, and it's more pathetic, and it sounds even more different from Cheetor. I'll use Otacon's regular speaking voice.
Forget it, Doctor.
Alright, this is Twin Snakes. Why the heck is there twin... Here we go. That's not Twin Snakes.
Loved someone?
That's what you came to ask?
No, I mean, I was wondering if even soldiers fall in love.
What are you trying to
I forgot
say?
that I had the stream window muted.
Do you think love can bloom, even on a battlefield?
Yeah, I do.
I actually kind of miss when Snake sounded like this, instead of his, like, Colonel. So that's what Otacon sounds like. This is what Cheetor sounds like. Oh, that's kind of sad. It is 23 seconds. Is there any good clips of Cheetor talking? I guess I could, like, literally open any episode.
He sounds older, just from what I remember of Cheetor. Like Otacon sounds like older. Cheetor's like, I'm Cheetor!
The way those two reacted, that's no natural life form. And if we're talking unnatural life forms, then we gotta be talking about just one thing. Robots in disguise!
That sounds nothing like Otacon. Like, literally nothing. They're both, like, voiced by white guys, I guess.
How long are you gonna stay in there?
And we'll do some...
Are you one of them?
Here's some more... Awesome.
Photos now. The next... Hey, I'm receiving the images. Hey, this is the Marine Commandant. Are you a fan or something? And the next one...
I have literally no idea what you are hearing. It does not sound anything like him. Just make sure that they're not the same person. Because they could just be that they're the same person, but doing different... Okay, now, Otacon. It's not. It's not who this is. Yeah, it's... Yeah. They... Emma, you need your ears checked. What are you talking about? They don't sound similar at all! No, it doesn't! Clacky, which side are you on of this debate?
I'm gonna have to give my answer after stream, because
What?
I think... Well, because I think I didn't get a chance to hear Otacon. Like, I want to look at Otacon's voice and compare it to Cheetor's off stream. I don't think I got a good chance to compare. But for the sake of content, I think chat's right.
I hate you.
If it's for the content, it's for the content. This is the heated debates that would make many a clip. Had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene. No, yeah, I'm not on the side of chat. I'm on the side of content.
You're always a
I'm on the side of the
centrist.
grind.
You're always dang
Don't call me a
centrist.
centrist. No, the only time I will willingly identify as a centrist is in the Toon versus Toy debate. Okay.
I swear that there's no sound. I forgot to turn the sound back on.
Oh, I'll bring that bit back. The Toon versus Toy centrist.
Objection!
There's one more possibility.
And what would that be?
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Oh, oops. Hold it! Let me finish! The killer took the bank from out the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane on the door was broken. I'd say it's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So it means the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca. The person you're talking about.
I say, if you want my stance on Toon versus Toy, I'm always a accurate to the source material person, because I am trying to play with my toys as if they were ripped out of the source material. And, like, as cool as Toy Optimus is, like, that's not what Optimus looks like in my brain, so why would I want an Optimus that looks like that? Same thing with Wheeljack and Jazz. Like, sure, they're more visually interesting, but, like, Wheeljack, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I understand that, and it's like, it's good to have, like, I think, accurate representations of the thing that they're from. I've always just liked my specific thing in Turn vs. Toy, where it's like, I like the alt modes, like the vehicle modes, to be like very toy style, and the robot modes to be very like Toon. Like, that's why I enjoyed. That's the one thing I enjoy Netflix be over 86, is that it turns from the cartoon design into a very realistic Beetle. I've always liked that. But I think that's just because I grew up with, like, Masterpiece defining what, like, I imagine a G1, like, most G1 Transformers characters looking like, because I didn't watch much of the cartoon.
People who did grow up on them, it's the same thing. Yeah, but most of the people I know are, like, Dr. Lockdown, big toy person, definitely does not grow up with G1. Or with the G1 toys.
I think most G1 toys, unless it is like a very, like, it is, they literally grew up with the toy, I think usually it's just a sake of, like, I just think the toy one is more interesting.
Yeah, because they have.
Because that's what I found, like, yeah, because they've got more details, and I've always liked, there's like certain things, like it's very much 80s robot toy, which it's a very unique aesthetic. Also, I've always preferred how the toys approach to eye colors, because it's not just red and blue. I've always liked when they have,
that's
a variety
that's a fair one.
Yeah. But I definitely I like having both types of G1 Prime, because I like them for different reasons. So yeah, that's why I just think both sides have some good things, you know.
Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Francisca, you like forged. You tell people to stop. You tell people not to talk. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well then. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you wish.
See, I don't like Toy Jetfire. Like,
Oh,
cool as Toy Jetfire looks, that does not how Jetfire... Like, Jetfire's personality does not match the original toy design.
Of, like, the Valkyrie?
It's cool. It's super cool, but I also like it when my toys match the mental image I have of the characters, and Jetfire is a perfect example. Like, Jetfire being this, like, big, gentle giant is so in character. Jetfire being this, like, big, kitted out war tomahawk.
I think it fits specifically for, like, I was gonna say Unicron Trilogy Jetfire, but I guess Unicron Trilogy Jetfire is kind of his own dude. Like, I still want, like, a modern style like transforming Valkyrie, both because it is a Valkyrie and because it's a Jetfire.
Yeah, you'd have to go
Yeah,
for like the
I think
301.
Yeah, I know, and that one's like
Super
very much
expensive.
not in my bracket at the moment. Yeah, I mean, so many of them are so like they feel like their own like takes. I've always liked when designs take inspiration from the toy designs because I feel like we see, especially now, like in a post-Evergreen world, we see a lot of very Toon-inspired designs of like Optimus usually looks the same, Bumblebee usually looks the same, and it's like I like when they take from the toy because we don't see them take from the toy because it's still taking from G1, but it's an aspect of G1 that isn't often used.
Yeah, fair enough. It definitely is like it's a little different.
Yeah.
Miss Teniro is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
But actually G2. G2's my goat now.
Fuck. So you're the one that poked around inside the plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by that?
Miss Teniro.
Ah, and Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you
you
please
suck my
help
dick,
us and
Mr.
shed some
Edgeworth?
light on why you did what you did? Sorry?
Can you suck my dick, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright.
No, I'm saving myself. It's October. I'm sorry. A certain someone would be very mad at me. Ooh.
She got the sad sprite.
Oh no. I'd be making that face too if that's how my ponytail looked. And 2 1x1 Lego pieces.
Do you think anyone has ever drawn Edgeworth with bangs?
I'm sure it exists. I like how the commander added this stuff and it feels like it fits with someone who doesn't want... Yeah, no, I do like how the commander did it. I like how, yeah, because I think the Thrilling 30 does it to an extent where, like, it comes with weapons that are inspired by the G1 toy, but it is a mix of the toy and Toon design. And yeah, like you said, I like how in the Siege one specifically, it's like an armor up mode.
I actually
It feels
don't
more
have,
in character.
I don't have the Siege accessories, so I don't.
Oh,
I don't
you
miss
only
them.
have the...
I have the base figure and like 2 of them, and I don't miss them.
Yeah, if I get the Shattered Glass one, because mine, like, I just keep the accessories away. But if I get the Shattered Glass one, I'll probably display it in like the full
I
armored
really
up
want that
mode.
one. That one's cool.
Yeah, I want to get the because I got the upscale KO of the Siege one, of the Siege Jetfire. So, and they've just revealed the Shattered Glass one, so I might have to get that.
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with his meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Teniro, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve.
all I did was go check up in the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Mr. Nero claims to have no other reason... Oh, no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing.
So do you think Edgeworth
If
has
you could take a
picture
look
of
at this
this, or he's lugging around the suitcase?
I like to think it's Zelda rules.
'Cause, like-
all lawyers have like an interdimensional pocket where they can just store evidence.
This is definitely a picture, right? That has to be a picture.
Hmm.
Even though this is also a picture. But like, this is a magazine, this is just a statue, this is just a phone. Okay, those are all small, and obviously not holding the body with him. But like, this is a whole ass suitcase.
Quacky, you were wrong. Oh, it is 3 1x1s. That's my bad.
I
Actually,
pictured this
no.
as the stud.
Yeah, no, that. Oh, yeah, that. Oh, that's true. But it would be slightly smaller anyway. I don't.
He has to look it around because he's examining it. True! Oh, that's so true. Anything that he can examine in 3D, he has to have with him.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got to have this with him. He's got to... Oh, maybe he's putting everything in the suitcase.
Ah, see,
Is
that's something he would do.
No, it's not.
I still remember the first case where him and Gumshoe like took a look at the body and then put it back.
Hey guys, we should set the body back up.
Yeah.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes. About the suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I figured something else about it. Something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
No, I'm very, very smart. Look at me, my big
Yeah, ruin
brain.
evidence in order to keep space. Exactly. That's the Edgeworth way.
That's the way of the edger. Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see the last one there.
The last one there. So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. Are you an idiot?
Are you dumb? I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then you say you will buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. No, it does not.
No,
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct.
This is a great moment to show how different he is from Phoenix. Phoenix would not have said that.
No, that would have.
He
Yeah,
would've
I
just-
think the blue.
He would have just fucking bought
the
it.
blue and yeah, the blue and the white would have been completely swapped.
He would have.
Also, I like the idea that saying it's fucking hideous is like his way of being gentle.
Yeah, Phoenix would have just been like, well, and Maya would have been like, oh my god, I love it, Phoenix. And he would have been like, well, I guess I don't have a choice, do I? And then he would buy it.
Yeah, no, that would have been exactly. God, he's such a girl dad. I love Phoenix. Moving on. My issue with the suitcases isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. When I and Ace Attorney investigated it.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I am positive there was only 1 suitcase.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? Oh yeah, are we going to talk about that messy-ass bed, by the way? By the way, Mr. Nero...
I thought you meant mine for a second, and I was like, excuse me?
I can't see your bed!
Well, that's also why I was kind of confused.
Hey, sir, I am in your walls right now. I just wanted to say, you need to hang your dang washing!
That was a hard voice to do.
You can't... Phoenix is a male wife. Yeah, male wife, girl dad. I love Phoenix. No, what do you mean? I can, like, even less so.
Hey, chat, go take a
What is one of
shower,
these-
like, after stream, please. Please remember to take a shower
What is
after
one of
stream.
those suitcases doing here?
Like, that would be really cool. That's...
I thought you said there was only 1 left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think not. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a long time. What proves that?
Take that!
Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcases?
Ah!
I'm sorry, is that $1,200, by the way?
I think that's the price of this.
Is that in what currency? Because it does matter.
I mean, it's definitely not $12 like yen. Well, first off, it has 2 extra zeros at the end. It has the comma. It's definitely 1,200. What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense. The sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. Truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in... Seeing as how the price tag is... Oh my god! Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who brought the suitcase was...
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase you designed... It hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly... Oh, you saw how poorly this design you poured your heart into was selling. And you were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe finally I had accomplished something.
Okay, but how bad were the other designs if this was the one that made...
Maybe
I'm
they just thought she was
imagining, like,
cute.
I'm imagining like tie-dye, like one of those shitpost shirts that has like Shadow the Hedgehog saying "piss yourself" or whatever, and it's like purposely made to look bad.
Because the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I work. What? Woman.
How many? I guess being a flight attendant pays well. Gosh, maybe I should consider being a flight attendant. You buy every single one? You buy every single time you work a flight?
I see. In order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Sanera, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcases the killer used.
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you know that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases.
Dude, don't have such a shit-eating grin.
This is awesome! The killer used one of your shitty suitcases that you love so much. And they killed a guy with it. Isn't that sick, dude? To move the victim's body. In fact, it's still in here. Take a look.
How could they? The suitcases are meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Sanera, is there any other way to get the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because... Just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only the crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room. Eliminating the passengers and leaving over only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it. Hold it!
Yes, Francisca?
Going off these wild goose chases! You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name!
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcases came from the cargo hold.
Well, maybe next time Nim designs such a shitty suitcase and this won't happen. He probably would say that.
Well, honestly, that suitcase is super bad, but if they just sold it, like, anywhere else and made it only, like, $40, even then, that's too expensive. Like, it's the design honestly doesn't matter that much. It's the fact that it's fucking $1,200.
Yeah, I think any suitcase, like...
I am not buying no Go-Go Gadget designer suitcase. Wait, is he not going to comment on the price?
It's like, no, that seems reasonable.
Oh, oops, wait, I'm not supposed to be in here.
Do you think Edgeworth would buy from Supreme?
That fact alone tells us the whole story, Mr. Miles Supremeworth.
How did you know my new name? Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard.
Miles Edgeworth. You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes. That's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Mia. I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francis got information out of Miss Mia.
Supreme doesn't have enough class for Miles Edgeworth. I don't think Miles Edgeworth has enough class for Supreme Optimus Prime. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
I would probably be more interested in Supreme Optimus Prime if it didn't have the Supreme logo on it, which defeats the point, but I think
Yeah,
an
I was gonna
all-red
say.
Optimus is kind of funny.
Edgeworth barely has eyebrows. I think it's just kind of the sprite, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yes!
Oh, hello, Cliff! What's up? I was wondering where you were.
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rada Teniro. And only you. Ah!
What? Is this true, Miss Teniro?
Yes, I keep the keycard in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us this card right now?
Yes, hold on. Ah! I don't believe it!
Believe it! What's wrong?
The keycard, it's gone.
You ate it?
Hahaha, very clever. Pretending that your card... Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us.
I'm interpreting that as in character because canonically Francisca does not sleep.
You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Oh yeah,
Mr.
Cliff. Yeah, Cliff missed all the steam turbulence.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Or the-
I
sorry,
thought that as well,
steam
but I don't know how to
turbulence.
feel about calling just an Asian woman with bangs Chi-Chi. don't
I
know
also
if she's-
barely know who Chi-Chi is.
I don't either, but I don't know if she's supposed to be Asian. Her name is Rada Teniro.
I mean, yeah, it's difficult because like with localization, it's like you can never tell who's like. Oh, you can, but it's like it's tricky.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
That's not the only thing that's on my face. Francisca, I know that you're the lead investigation on this case. However,
Hold it! Don't even think of wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words.
Rules, and so do I.
Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. I love them. I love both of them. I saw some guy on TikTok who unironically looked like Phoenix Wright, but by accident. Oh, that's funny. Gumshoe looks like someone here on this front-facing view, but I don't know who. He just looks like someone. Oh, there it goes. Wait, what was the line?
I didn't even know if he was speaking.
Whoa. Wow. So this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big! Give it.
Thank you.
Oh, I intend to edge.
Okay, the chibi graphics really do kind of kill some of this game. Like it's
some of the yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
I really
Can I please go to the options menu?
Oh, are you trying to get the retro ones?
Yeah, I want to just look at what the retro ones look like. Because I really like this art style in the like I liked it in the 3DS one, so I want to see if it looks.
Will the background?
Oh, that looks awful.
Yeah, I think having it be HD does not do it as kind.
What?
Oh, so this.
I mean, it makes his forehead look a little smaller, and these animations.
I think Miles' sprites look good, but
these animations definitely look better also in like this. But
yeah,
holy crap, that is really funny.
Are you gonna save? Or...
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Cliff, no, we can't do the big and round bit. I'm trying to stop. I've been like, because I don't like the big and round bit, but it's also really fun to do.
No, it's not. We've watched him run 3 times now. Yeah, look, Edgeworth doesn't have his coat swaying nearly as much as the original, as the...
Oh, yeah. That's true. I do like the HD graphics quite a bit,
where everything looks retro. Well, what they wanted to do was both allow you to play the original way and the new way, but the problem is the original way looks good. Because, I talked to Lai earlier, and she said that she was just done with the bit.
Yeah, no, because it makes partner uncomfortable. So it's, at the very least, it's only doing the bit when they're not around. But yeah, I was told it was only gonna be a one-off, and yet it's persistent, like a turd in the wind. Anyway, this plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and an ultra-luxurious first-class seating.
So this is the real scene of the murder.
There is certainly a high probability of that. Which is why we're here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all leftover ones they couldn't sell. If I work in retail, this would probably be me with 86 RC. Just buy an 86 RC every shift, so that they could finally be free from their shelf-warming ways. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. But let's see here. $1,200! See, this is a normal reaction. I think I'll pass. Yes, there is one store near me that still has 86 RC. I think they still even might have Earthrise RC, and they also have a bunch of Cyberverse RCs. I bought a second Cyberverse RC to make a custom Nightbird. So I technically have bought multiple RCs from there. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. RC is one of the biggest shelf warmers I've seen. I also bought you one. Yeah, that's right. So I have bought 3, and I think they were from the same. They were all from the same place. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance? Wait! Excuse me. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, my store has basically no Transformers ever. It's like always desolate except for like fucking Overload and Rhinox.
Wait, Rhinox? Damn.
Yeah, 80 or Rise of the Beast Rhinox. I saw
Oh, Rise of the Beast. I thought Kingdom Rhinox for some reason.
I mean, Rise of the Beast Rhinox is like what, 2024, 2023?
Yeah, that one's last year.
They have got to redo how they stock their cases.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it. I just think a lot of retailers buy a shit ton of Wave 1, and then they're stuck with Wave 1 for the rest of the year, and then they just don't sell enough, because everyone who wanted Wave 1 will have already gotten it by like halfway through. Oh yeah, Milo, I meant to ask, and I might have done, have you ever seen a custom Mega Empress?
Emma, you live in a big city, that's to be expected. Shut up.
Sure. I'm not sure if I feel like I've heard Mega Empress out of Earthspark Megatron. I feel like I've heard that combination of words before, but I'm not sure if I've seen it.
People keep talking about it.
I need a Mega Empress.
I think you need to mega impress some bitches.
Okay. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glass lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
Oh, oops.
You skipped my line. Perhaps it is a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. all that's left is to do something.
Find the murder weapon.
Find the murder weapon. Keeping track of the of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pulls on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Hey, what's with this suitcase, pal? So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, the file? And there's a photo of Ms. Von Calmer in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Francisca. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running?
The really unrealistic thing is how empty it is in here.
Oh, I love pushing the buttons on the elevators and crosswalk signals. Yeah, you should get a die. Go on, sir, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move. Oh yeah. Guess nothing would happen with you if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator can require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. I feel like my Australian accent is slipping through. You better get a key card. It's many miles each worth. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct this investigation. It seems to me that you are already here at this airport for something besides the murder.
Yes, I was. I have been following a very large, involved government-level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol.
Interpol is involved?
Oops. It's top secret.
Oh.
It's a top secret
Interpol.
operation, so I can't tell you any more than I already have let on. Mr. Miles.
Interpol from Muppets 2 Most Wanted! I love Muppets Most Wanted. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Ms. Von Calmer, sir. Francisca said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard that she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, the Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some explaining to do. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you?
Nonsense! What are you talking about?
We found a profile detailing information about your luggage. I suppose it was I suppose it was prepared for him so he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct?
I should have known you'd figured it out, Miles Edgeworth. But it looks like they got to him first.
So you really did come here to receive an agent then?
Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large investigation, international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate the crime, and it was I who put him on this case. Shouldn't you feel a little guilty then? I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead.
I think we have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down there, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow!
Agent Hicks came down here for a work-related reason. Of that I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure he was here investigating the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know how he intended to pursue his investigation?
No, unfortunately I was going to find out from him after he landed.
I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew. And entered the cargo hold with the person who let him in. With that person who let him in. And then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and the broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases.
You know, my question, why would they not choose an outer suitcase? Like, surely that's less suspicious than this obvious one.
They entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open, and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevated floor.
If you go to Discord, can you see that it says I'm streaming?
On your status?
Yeah.
Yes. At least for me,
Does
but
it say
that
my
might be
YouTube
because I'm
is
in the...
too?
It has a little streaming play button
What if you click my profile?
on your status, yeah.
You can? Wow, is my delay that little that you immediately answered my question? That's awesome. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir? Ellipses.
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. The killer can be none other than Miss Rada De Niro. Pearl. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard allows the elevator to come down here. I saw you get Soundwave, very happy for you. I just got ordered one myself. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rada De Niro. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
No. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that.
Does it want me to present that it was... No. There's no evidence of that. Guess we'll press it.
Hold it!
Why would such important things like the keycard be entrusted to only one person?
I don't know, she doesn't work here. According to Canny Mail, Rada De Niro is in charge of most of the important stuff.
Then what exactly is Miss Meal in charge of?
The president's, or the captain's penis, Miles Edgeworth. Chatting it up with
Penis?
that foolish captain, apparently. She is being so foolishly foolish that I didn't even ask her what her other duties were.
Yeah, I understand how you feel, but whipping me is uncalled for.
In the end, the only one who could have let Agent Hicks into the hold was Rada De Niro. It's not entirely...
Hold it!
What's... Oh, that's not me.
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss De Niro.
Objection!
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father?
Ah, yes, well, I don't have any evidence.
Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rada De Niro, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away.
Are you talking about the murder weapon? The Captain Hugo piggy bank?
Yes, she's also the only person with a key to open that display case. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Man. Ho ho ho.
I will be
Yes. Ho ho ho.
entertained.
Alright. What's up, guys? How we feeling? How we feeling? How are we going, chat? Let me refresh so that I can see. Have we? Okay, we've got 5 likes. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm very happy for you, Cliff, that you finally got Soundwave. Did you find it, or did you just bang? Finishing your self-portrait, nice. Oh. No. Oh my god, I love Talking Band so much. Yeah. Anyone got any toys they're fiddling with? Oh, you found them on the wild? Nice. Like a Pokemon or another trans person. That's so real, honestly. The area I live in is kind of outrageously cishet from my experience. So I need to find find more like-minded people that aren't just in my immediate friend group.
Did you entertain
What do I
them?
taste like?
Quacky wacky.
I hope so. What do I taste like?
I don't know if it's as bland as your personality. I'm kidding.
Hang on.
I'm kidding.
Bro, what the fuck? What?
I just thought that'd be good.
Hmm.
Hold it. Objection.
Kind of pastry-like, I guess. I think I taste like a quiche.
You're trying to figure out what to do for your Big Boss cosplay? I don't know. Maybe look like Big Boss?
Have you heard of the Boss Baby? You should dress like that.
Stop.
Yeah, no, I remember one time at work, I found there was a person, there was an Uber driver picking up for like Uber Eats or whatever, and I was like, I didn't say anything, obviously, but I like clocked him. I was like, oh my god, there's another one.
Stop right
It
there.
is very much the Spider-Verse like Spidey sense.
Yeah, I know. I
You're
have
like
that at
me.
work sometimes. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You
Stop
don't have
right
any
there,
proof that
criminal
this is
scum.
the red herring. If you keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon, and where did it go?
Ow!
Speechless, I see. That is not a surprise. After all, you know we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty.
There must be a way. There must be something that can. Oh god! There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help me ascertain the truth? I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail.
Oh, wait. I know what it wants.
Might turn up the murder weapon if we search the cargo and luggage.
Do you think I hadn't thought of that? Even now, we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon.
Alright then. I suppose we should examine something else. Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions.
Why would they not do this? Isn't this like, aren't they doing an autopsy right now? Oh, was I? Oh, yes, that's what I said.
We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see? If the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon.
Scruffy!
Yes, sir.
Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shower soon, but I've been delaying it because I don't want to take off my makeup. That's real.
Just make sure you get some like makeup remover, like micellar water or wipes.
We've got a big problem here, sir. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already know this one thing for sure.
Report now.
The doc said that it's one giant bruise for a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
From
From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such an area? Such a wide area? Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign that the killer had a grudge against Stage X.
I'm just letting you know because I didn't have those tips when I was learning makeup.
It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, Detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
You're completely useless.
Yow!
No, you remove yourself from my way.
What is all that racket?
I got a bad news for you, Mr. Edgeworth. My luggage, my cargo, they are mine, and I demand you return them to me. I suppose there is no choice. What are you? You leave me no choice but to use strong force. Hey! You don't give me. And in that moment,
This is... Wait. That's it.
is Gumshoe
So that's what
valid?
this
Hear
whole
me
thing has
out.
been
Hear me
about.
outs are for people that are weird to. Gumshoe is a regular ass white man. Like,
Hello. Ashley.
this is not the
This
gay
is
lawyer
the gay
game.
lawyer
This is the gay
game.
prosecutor game.
Mm,
Even though
yes.
lawyers are prosecutors. Prosecutors are lawyers. So don't think about it too much.
Wait, that's it?
Furthermore, there is the matter of the keys. The case, the hideous murder, blah blah blah, whatever. And we already did this.
Dying. The dog said it's that one giant bruise with the beam of the shoulder to the back.
Damn.
I can't see a clear connection between these two people. Does it matter the order? Like, does one have to
Yes.
come before the other? I see. Well, maybe yeah. Just try the other way around.
Okay, well.
It's dead. The clock app clocked you down. All day, my TikTok for you page has been absolutely drop dead gorgeous women, girls, and old girls. There's always someone with the WLW tag.
There's not that many possibilities!
Is it the smuggling between smuggling and cause of death? Bro.
I have tried like 10 different combos.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over. Which is why there is an extensive bruising over such a wide area. No, this is Ace Attorney Investigations. It's a spin-off.
Yeah, with the prosecutor, the gay prosecutor.
Yeah. But is it really the correct... I don't know if I read that. The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark. Which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Oh no, we're back here. Oh, thank God.
I'm trying to transform this fucking KO, and it just, like, the tolerance is just not there.
Which
It's
KO?
it's SS38 KO. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Ah. Wait, what was the line?
Oops.
If you're looking at such a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. So far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort.
I don't know what KO it is. Eli just gave it to me for free.
Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way all the way down here? Francisca.
What? What do you want?
I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon.
Emma, would you be interested in SS38? I have 2 plus this one.
Wait, you have 2?
Yeah, Lainey's giving me hers too.
Ah. Wait, so you have a KO and now you're getting the original as well.
I already have the original.
So you're getting another one.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Hers is pink.
Ah, okay.
You did?
He really jumped. We did realize until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check on him, sirs.
There's this pompous attitude of yours again. You should really learn to drop that habit. Okay, pot, meat kettle.
This is coming from the prosecutor with the habit of wiping everyone she comes across. Of whipping everyone she comes across. Wiping.
Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
You aren't listening at all, are you?
Come on then, show me the real murder weapon you speak of.
I don't have any evidence to show you.
Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool coming from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean I don't have any evidence to show?
Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I've figured out what the real cause of death. The victim fell from a great height, and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death was...
Free falling.
My line got cut off.
I'm sorry, I read these lines a lot faster than you, so I always expect them to be, like, read it processed.
Hmm. He fell?
He fell to his death. Why does she have a whip? Because she just does. It's never really explained.
Yes. This is the only plausible possibility. The victim has an extensive bruising on the back of his head and back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death.
But the murder weapon inside is plane.
I know.
Are you claiming that there's some place in this plane which he could have fallen from? I'm literally taking this thing apart right now because one of the flaps is just so tight that I cannot move it without unscrewing it.
Is it like the back of the, or like the
head.
where it forms the back of the truck?
No, the head covering.
Oh. As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time.
You can't mean...
Oh, but I do. The victim fell down the top of the stairs to the very cargo hold.
Oh, I'm stupid. I was just pulling the wrong part of it.
What? Then... Oh, we're in trouble. We have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey, you! Tell me you ain't dead, pal.
Quiet! Why are you screaming?
Huh? He's alive.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that.
I believe this is what they call a skill issue. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances.
The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean?
Suppose that a large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Virginia pancake for sure, sir.
I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality of the situation is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios.
It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there.
Ah, as if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there.
Ah, but there was.
Oh, what?
What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always where it is now?
Take that!
Doesn't this show sufficient probability to you?
Why are you asking me? I was originally asking you.
I think there's some possibility in that, sir.
No one was asking for your opinions in the instant noodle crowd, Scruffy.
I suppose this is where the phrase, to be whipped by one's opponent, came from.
What?
Ah!
Don't act as if you have nothing to do with this. Now answer the question.
I suppose she's right. But first, I should reconsider all the information I have. What can I use to show that there's possible thingamajig.
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Zhengfa?
Yes. This flight had a short layover in Shengfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred into the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express. Correct. Meaning, it was loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded at the same time?
It would mean that the box was not there during the Europe Zhengfa leg of the flight.
Making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible.
Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched.
Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue? Never heard of it. Nor I. But all I care for is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating, sir.
I am very French. Look here, do not go touching my possession without my permission.
Yeah, don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, doesn't it? Does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red Statue was 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more.
Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large car. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles makes detected. Don, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth? So that 10 million cents, is that in euros or dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine a little closer.
It is a very, very piece of art. So no, there will be no touching.
If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it is possible that this fake statue was brought on board by in Shangfa. I think I need to question him a little bit further. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc.
Edgeworth, do you have any reason to believe it's a fake besides that you think it might be?
I wonder if it might be a fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggle.
Don't say such fantastical things! Those thieves would not dare! I have the certification for my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why did you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It says plain as day that the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there was never a window of time where this statue wasn't sitting here.
I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you can have your wish. Take a look at yourself and see that I am right.
This... I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the Aleph Red? Looks like a fucking dwarf. It gives us such a feeling of awe. I can practically smell it.
This statue has a high amount of historical value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue, hmm? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
Do you see it?
Yes.
Those eyes are different, hey?
Mm.
What an easy thing to fake, though. Like, let's say you, like, were making a fake statue. This is really obviously wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's like it's a video game, obviously. But, like, if you're doing this, you suck at making fakes.
These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. Me looking at G1 Optimus Prime Yellow Eyes. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do. But it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in the field, spinning my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. Evil. As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc.
What do you want? Do you not know that I am a busy man? I will allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The olive red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
1! It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Optimus and his PIs? Hey, Optimus's PIs are awesome.
I love his PIs. I need him to have yellow eyes.
Do you know that I wanted to process a statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but...
See, another moment, Phoenix would definitely just listen to the whole story because he's stupid.
Yeah.
What? What is that? Sympathy? For what?
You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there has very pretty eyes compared to you.
I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us, and the one in this photo.
Why all of a sudden yelling? Now then. Oh! It is a photo of the statue on display at a museum in Europe. No!
Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
A fake!
Jeez Louise. What a horrific sprite. I believe that even further examination will be required. And now we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake. There must be some sort of proof that this is brought on board in Shangfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. What's this? The statue looks like it's stepping all over the neighbor's clothes. It kind of resembles its own attitude in a sense. Oh!
You! What did you say now? Further, my clothing arm is not stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen.
Please forgive me for the trespasses of my subordinate. Of my sub.
Why should I forgive you the dress passes? Unless it's an expensive dress, you keep it.
Ellipses.
So I know that's what you're supposed to do, but... what do I just use that to? Do I deduce it to the statue? How am I examining this in 3D?
I'm not entirely confident that there's a contradiction here. What do you think, Detective? Well, I think it's really suspicious looking, sir.
Wait, what the fuck? No, that's the contradiction. It says it was loaded in Europe, but it's stepping on top of something else. That being said, I'm just gonna... Let's just in case. You want me to present the statue instead?
Urethra!
Yeah, no. Sorry.
I'm not entirely confident that... Ah, I see.
I'm pretty sure that's the contradiction, is that it's like, it shouldn't be on top of it. If it... Okay.
POV. What have we here? It says Zhengfan's Express on the cloth, sir. Something is tugging on that corner, on the corner of my mind.
Maybe it's this? Do I deduce that with the statue? Motherfucker. I know what it wants me to say, I'm just trying to figure out how to say it.
Just trying to figure out how to, yeah.
Urethra is not spelled with an E at the beginning. If you're gonna make a urethra joke, spell it correctly. There it is. Yeah, it's just U-R-E.
There's clearly a contradiction here.
What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Ah! That's not possible!
But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Shengfa, there's no way that any part of it should wind up under something in Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Shengfa. But then... Oh, wait.
What about the cargo certificate? Oh, oops. I messed up. I messed up. Stop! Stop! Stop!
Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why. To secure proof of the smuggling activity aboard this flight. There's only... Oh, yeah.
So you say, but I don't believe he had to do it mid-fight. We could have just easily expected all the cargo after the plane landed.
That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Francisco. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had a reason for coming down to the cargo. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. Should have been after the swap had occurred. At the time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner. Who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. I guess the victim knew the real version of this to get nabbed, huh? Yes. While this photo could be seen as nothing more than a souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the snuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board.
A photo of this hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all we had to do was hold the Zhengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler.
Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during Europe, Shengfa leg in the Europe to Shengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough weight from which Agent Hu pull into his death.
Officer! Move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath now.
Miss Montgomery, I'm ready to report my findings.
Go on.
After moving the elf red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction.
I see. There was a reaction to luminol. Any indication that there was blood in the spot?
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that all my deductions were correct after all.
I suppose it would appear that way.
The culprit cleaned the blood cleaned the blood up well.
And how do you think the killer did that?
Take that!
The killer used up the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess.
I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa.
Yes, because otherwise the cargo would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying... that the murder happened before the plane landed in Shengfa? There's no other conceivable timeline for the event. But if that is true, then it throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Shengfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to
It's
when we departed
Scorponok.
Shengfa.
Scorponok.
Hmm?
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in the seat at 5 a.m., you know.
She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service call. That totally contradicts the facts, sir.
But why would she lie about something like that?
I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. Miss Meal. Meal? Miss Meal!
Huh?
Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing Shengfa? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting at his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Bar. Miss Cammy Meal.
Give me the line.
No one could ever mistake that my line was gone.
Oh, that's me. I didn't read it. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did?
No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meal.
But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time.
Gah.
This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction.
Very well. Miss Meal, if you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6... From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
How is a man supposed to react to something like that? Miss Meal, wake up!
Ah!
She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her.
It's kind of like the parrot testimony.
Miss Meal, wake up!
Oh, I'm awake. Miles Edgeworth, I demand you do something about the flight attendant this instant.
Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip to appropriate use?
How dare you, Miles Edgeworth? I do not whip women. Usually.
Except in Turnabout Big Top, but we don't tell.
Hold it!
Miss Meal, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up. Ouch! What'd you whip me for, sir?
What did I miss? That's a real yawn.
A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Really? Sorry about that.
You can make amends by that by adding to your testimony. So you were alone the entire time, what?
Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh well, I think a contradiction. What should I do? Miss Meal. There's a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 6 a.m.
Take that!
I wonder if you would be so kind as to look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
Huh? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero brought. Or bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the times. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero.
Yes! Uh-huh. Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness, that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.,
Yo, Chris, keep counting the days. What if that happened on June 1st? Chris has, like, lost his mind with the bit anymore.
you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct?
Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off.
And did you say Miss Meal there at the time?
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Miss Cammy Meal?
Huh? Oh, the bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Maybe that's it. I don't remember. I'm on my period right now. Maybe I just missed her. Nature calls, you know?
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue that.
You don't believe me, do you? Please, won't you give me a chance to hear me out? Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew, but I think that you shall suspect Miss Rada too. She's not in charge of the alligator key card of the shop now. Yes, I mean, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenera out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rada all of a sudden? Oh, I get it. You've got your eye on Miss Rada. I actually like this ship. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's a cute ship.
Rodder and Edgeworth?
Yeah, I think it's a cute ship.
Of course, I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I?
See, the person who likes Mixmaster showed the 86 Megatron gun accessory with him. What? It's gonna be
Hold
Legacy
up.
Windblade all over again. I don't actually remember what happened with Legacy Windblade, so.
Wait, what happened with Legacy Windblade?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we gotta first look at the Megatron pistol. It kind of doesn't look very good. I'm not gonna lie. Like it, I don't like how it doesn't have the bottom half.
Where is this?
Just on TFW.
Ah. Me. Oh, I see.
I don't like how it doesn't have the bottom,
Yeah.
but maybe that's just only.
It might be. It probably just doesn't fit under Mixmaster's elbow.
Yeah, it could definitely be that.
But the actual gun itself looks pretty decent. It kind of just, it does, like, I feel like the main, like, gun sculpt, it does look very similar to the core class figure, just with, like, all the gaps filled in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I can dig this. I wish we would be able to see the actual figure, but
Yeah, I thought he was gonna announce it this week. Fucking liar. Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rada actually kind of. I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design.
Now's not the time for this sort of talk.
Hold it!
And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count.
Oh, but I spend so much time in there. Might as well be my responsibility. Miss Edgeworth, Cam is very talented in languages. She assists passengers who may not speak English, especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who's fluent. Oh, even that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
So I'm really good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian.
Then I suppose.
And I suppose you're in charge of. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian.
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Virginian.
Very interesting. Yeah, this person is, yeah. They're like teasing it, and it's really
also,
annoying.
this person is Prime versus Prime. I hope we understand.
This is also Prime versus Prime.
This is not some, like, random person that we don't know who it is. It's Prime versus Prime.
It's me! Oh, hang on. So you're the only one on this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while.
If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Miss LeBlanc's statue was located in Europe. The only person who could either prepare or process the document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Aleph Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you.
I mean, to be fair, that person could also have been Prime versus Prime, who was leaking. Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. It is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that.
Seems she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose, and this is just superstition, if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
Oh, I forgot that I'm the one who voices her. If
Yeah,
you were
no,
involved with
that
the
was you.
smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding the smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Now, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rana is the smuggling member? After all, in the community, Rana has access to many things in this plane for work purposes.
So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero who is under the microscope. It seems to me that our killer is going at great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
We have no proof of Miss Rada being set up, or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions.
Take that!
Oh, I guess not.
Made a Skywrite review, but it was terrible. Quaggy's better. Thank you very much.
Is France the player's character in any of these games? No. She should be. The only players you play as are Phoenix, Edgeworth. There is a small technical section where you play as Maya, but it doesn't count. And then the other attorneys. But the only prosecutor you ever play as is what's it called?
Miles?
Yeah, Edgeworth. He's the only prosecutor you ever play as. Which is kind of a shame.
Take that!
Oh my god, the other night I had an intro, someone who responded to my intro story about Soundwave, and they were like, Hasboy, give us fans what we want person. My condolences. What was even their complaints? Because Soundwave is pretty good, right?
I'm pretty lucky that I don't get very many bad actors. I
Yeah.
almost wish I had more just so I can make fun of them, because those people make me laugh.
That's valid. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Perhaps it was to move the body out from the lower deck of to the first floor. also started talking about B127 being named Bumblebee in TF1 or something. Then was like, and him and RC could start dating. And for why though?
Oh, hey, Tiv.
Hello!
Actually, if you finish streaming after, I might have redirected to you. Or before, that is. No, yeah, after. I'm stupid. I'm stupid!
However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenira for the murderer. Miss Tenira buys a suitcase on every flight she works, without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victims, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan.
People ship BNRC? People ship everything if you let them.
Yeah.
Like, some people
Also-
ship Windblade and Starscream.
I mean, I think in terms of like the weird Instagram Hasbro dude, I think that's just a lot of Instagram in my experience from what I've seen. Instagram just like, at least in the Transformers scene, just seems like the worst.
I mean, RC and Bumblebee is popular female character, popular male character equals ship. Which is like...
Yeah, I mean, I think they were a thing in like one G.I. Joe crossover, but like... Yeah, but that also might be why you haven't gotten that many bad actors, Emma, is because you're not active on Instagram.
I mean, I am, I just don't post that much.
Or like, yeah, like not about like specifically like figures and stuff. There wasn't enough time to put the body back in the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted to their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went on to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case.
Okay, nope.
No. The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane, mid-flight.
I mean, RC and Bumblebee don't even usually interact.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not like a awful ship because it's weird, it's just like, I don't get it. Which is...
Yeah. Because it's like anytime that RC and Bumblebee are in the same show, RC is interacting with, like, someone else completely.
Yeah, the only one I could see is like maybe like Prime, where Prime, he's like kind of like dumb,
Yeah.
like a dumb jock, and she's kind of like, but they're just like friends. So like, I don't know, I don't really get it, but whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not harmful, so I don't care.
It's not harmful. It's just kind of, like, random. I mean, I guess they're separated by a generation, but that's also, like, very...
I mean,
that's, like, G1.
So
Like, most other continuities, they're kind of, like...
there's never really an explanation for why RC shows up, though. Like, it's
Yeah,
not like
it's
there's
kind of
it's
just
not like
implied
she
that
was
she's
built
there.
in between the time. She just started existing in the show. I
Yeah,
actually
because she's
think-
also, like, one of the older ones in the,
IW.
in the 86 cast, at least in terms of, like, how she acts.
I mean, I don't actually see a problem with shipping almost any Transformer, regardless of almost any, not all of them, because like they're fucking thousands, millions of years old. like, I don't think it matters at that point. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it
and
depends.
especially in that
It's like,
where like, where it's never really said that she's like. Well, it obviously depends if it's like hashtag. Yeah, that's gross.
mm,
If it's Transformers 85, that would be pretty sick. But like, there's never any
Yeah.
explanation why any of the characters post More Than Meets the Eye, the 3-episode series, show up. Like, ever. They just exist all of a sudden and are implied to have existed the whole time. So like,
yeah, and like, and there's like, like in G1, it's like we know that there's Autobots on Cybertron. Like it's not like we only see like the female Autobot squadron, but yeah. But yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I meant as well. It's like anytime B and RC are in the same continuity, they barely interact because like usually RC is either rocking up with like the 86 gang, or in Cyberverse it's Grimlock, or in Earthspark
actually,
they like.
RC, I actually would push back against that because RC has become so popular that she has transcended that rest of the cast. She is significantly more popular than the rest of anyone else from the 86 movie. So much so that she shows up in a bunch of
that's
stuff
fair.
with characters that are not from it. She's in Prime. She's in I'm not gonna count the movies because that doesn't count. She's in RID.
Yeah.
She's in Cyberverse. She's basically in every show Prime onward. Oh, and she's in animated too.
I mean, even with like Bayverse, like she was nearly in like the 07 movie, but she got cut because women.
Yeah, I mean, basically from 2007 on, RC has been in literally everything, whereas Hot Rod
Yeah.
has been in like 2 things,
Oh.
and Springer has been in like none, and that's like it.
Yeah. Ultra Magnus and Hot Rod are the only 86 characters that come close. But
Yeah,
even
and
then,
it's
it's
not
a pretty
even
wide
close.
margin. Yeah.
Yeah, Springer, Wreck-Gar, Cup, even Galvatron and Cyclonus do not show up nearly as much.
No.
I mean, Magnus is only in 2 shows that I can think of, Prime and animated.
Yeah. I mean, he's in, I guess post 2007, but I was gonna say Rid 01 as well.
Oh, yes, that's true. Although RDO1 I think is kind of a different case, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, RC's an animated. Like, RC shows up more than a lot of season 1 and 2 characters. Like,
Yeah.
in my head, I actually would say I associate her with your Bumblebees, your Cliff Jumpers, because of just how popular she is. Like, Skybound, she's one of the immediate characters. Like, she's the female Transformer. Well, I think asking if they're the same character is like if asking if Optimus Prime is the same character. I don't think for her that's any different than for any other Transformer. There's no Transformer who's truly the same in every continuity. The closest you could maybe say is Bumblebee, but like even then I would push back.
Even
against
then,
that.
Bumblebee has very different characterization.
Like every
Like
Transformer
him in
pretty
Prime is
radically
completely different to animated. Yeah.
Like I don't think that's a characteristic just exclusive to RC.
Yeah, and it's like I do wish like we got more like well, not consistent, but like RC's in a few things, but like it would be cool to see her in more where like Optimus Prime has a pretty default characterization. But I guess because RC's in enough things to be a character, but not in enough things to have a like default set of personality traits you can really go to.
Close would be Soundwave. Yeah, that's true. Soundwave is pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of
Soundwave and
sassy.
Starscream, I think.
He's kind of sassy earlier.
Yeah, I mean they've brought that back in some things. Like he's a total diva inside of it.
He's not as evergreen. I don't know. I would say she feels pretty evergreen. I mean, I think when people list Transformers, she's in the first 10. Like, I think for Autobots,
Yeah.
it's like Optimus, Bumblebee, RC, Ratchet.
Yeah, or at
Jazz.
least when people like say the girl one, they mean RC. They're like, oh, the pink girl.
Yeah, she was also
robot.
the female Transformer.
Yeah, like at least Alita is the first, and she's gotten more attention later, which has been cool.
Also,
but
Alita
RC's
deserves
still
it way
like the
better.
main
She's
girl.
a way better character in G1.
Yeah.
But that's a different discussion. I don't know.
No
I
matter which
actually think
country,
Shockwave is not
oh.
very consistent. Shockwave in G1 is completely, even his first two appearances, G1 comic and show, are completely different. And then he kind of keeps flip-flopping between if he's crazy mad scientist or like normal ass guy. And he's normally being crazy mad scientist, but then he keeps still like, you have the IDW where he's just cold logic, but then you have like Skybound where he actually has a lot of emotion. The only consistency with him is it's evil. Starscream.
Yeah, I think his
Starscream,
main
I-
consistency is his like role in the story, where he's with the Decepticons, but he's very much sort of like a looser cannon type deal,
Yeah.
where he's like he usually has his own like self benefit. I think that's the main thing that like links like most of the Shockwaves. But other than that, like I think it's very similar vibes, but like,
I like animated
and it's kind of
Shockwave.
cool how they're like
Animated
yeah,
Shockwave is completely
yeah,
different.
animation.
Prime Shockwave is
Yeah.
completely different. Prime Shockwave is a bruiser.
And then Bayverse Shockwave, even Bayverse Shockwave is a bit of a
I see why
bruiser.
people say that Prime RC is like Chromia, but I honestly think that's just because she's blue and because she's kind of more of
Yeah.
a tomboy than usual. But Chromia wasn't a tomboy until after that. Chromia was not a tomboy in the original. She's not a character. She kind of appears and does nothing. If anything,
She's
she has like
Ironhide's
two lines.
girlfriend.
Well, but that's after Prime. Those comics came out after Prime.
No, she dated Ironhide in G1.
Oh, that's right. I mean, even then,
Yeah.
is she really anything of a character?
No, like that's what I mean. Like she's literally just like Ironhide's girlfriend on
I think the
Cybertron.
reason people think that Prime RC is Chromia is because she's blue. High strength we're doing, and because of retrospect. Prime RC is actually probably my favorite RC. I really like Prime RC. I think she's really fun.
Yeah, I do like Prime RC.
But that's because I think all the Prime characterizations are really good. I think Prime has some of the strongest character work of a lot of Transformers media.
Have you rewatched Prime? Because I
Not
know.
yet. I know I need to rewatch Prime.
Oh, yeah.
I do need to rewatch Prime. But
Yeah, I do like some of the characterizations. Like I think Ratchet is probably one of my favorite,
that
if
Ratchet
not
is
my favorite
amazing.
Ratchet.
that is the best
Yeah.
Ratchet bar none. It's perfect.
Hmm.
The only one I would kind of push back against is Optimus because he's a little bland.
Yeah, he's very much. He feels like Bayverse, but he doesn't kill people. But even then, I think like early Bay Prime still had some like little endearing character moments.
No, Prime
Like-
Prime is just kind of silent and stoic, which I suppose you could
Yeah.
argue is different, but it's not super interesting.
No, yeah, I have beef with TFP Optimus. I think people exaggerate it, but he is like he doesn't really have many of the sort of endearing moments as, or like just general like character moments that other Optimuses
I would
have.
say though he's probably one of the only. I can't say half the Prime cast. Why? I'll get Optimus, but I think everyone else's Prime is pretty fantastic. I think Wheeljack is a real stand. Well, I think Wheeljack you have to accept that Wheeljack is more of an adventurer than he is an inventor, which is something that Wheeljack was like in G1. He's very adventurous in G1. They just went with that instead of making him a scientist, and I think that's fine because it's interesting. Same with RC being a lot more of a tomboy. Same with Ratchet being a lot cold. Like animated Ratchet is like kind of cold. Prime Ratchet is like fucking jaded.
Yeah, I will say I find it interesting how like animated Ratchet is like basically redefined how Ratchet is. Like, because he wasn't like a grumpy old guy in
Yeah,
G1.
he was just kind of
That
a
was
little
only
sweeter.
after like animated in 07.
Yeah. Hot take, I don't like Prime Starscream. I love Prime Starscream because he's so
Yeah,
fun
I
with
do like Prime
Knockout.
Starscream.
He's so good. I love his design. I genuinely can only think of one character that I think is a fair criticism of Prime, and it's Optimus. I can't think of any others. Their Soundwave
Yeah.
is fantastic. Shockwave is
And it's
great.
it's not that I dislike Prime's characterization for Optimus on paper. Like I do like the idea that he feels like he needs to be like stoic and everything to like keep the other Autobots in check. I just wish they did something more with that.
I also think Prime
Like
Megatron.
Skybound.
Oh yeah, Steve Bloom's a great Starscream. especially because his voice is
Yeah.
deeper where everyone else is higher. I think Prime Megatron is the best pure evil Megatron. By in a way, I think is the most interesting Megatron that is just fucking crazy because his acting is so good.
I do think, yeah, Prime Megatron is the best Frank Welker Megatron performance, I think. I do think I like Anna.
I mean, the problem
But that
with
might
Optimus
just be
Prime
bias.
is definitely the voice, but also the fact that what Optimus is has changed. He's literally not allowed to be that childlike anymore.
Yeah.
They don't do new
Um,
characters well. I entirely disagree. I think Prime Bumblebee has a ton of character, and then I think Soundwave, his also has a bunch of character, especially slight spoilers. Soundwave eventually talks, and it's like the coldest moment in the show. It's so good.
Yeah, I do like Prime Soundwave. Prime B, I'm kind of iffy on.
I think Prime B is just the Bayverse, but better because they kind of lean into him
He's-
being a jock, and I think that's really fun.
Yeah, I do like it. I think I just prefer Bumblebee being like, he doesn't need to be like a little guy, but I do like him being sort of more of a,
Youthful
like,
energy.
not much of a jock, but just like a little dude. Like,
Yeah,
just
I
in
get
vibe.
that.
He's sort of like, I like him being like sort of younger sibling. Not as much, not in like the,
I'm very open
animated
to
and-
reinterpretations. Like I don't really care.
oh yeah.
If things are reinterpreted, as long as they're written well.
Yeah. I
Because-
think because Prime is like a very plot driven show, I think I found that a lot of the more character based shows I prefer their character work better. But
That's
I
fair.
do like the ideas that Prime does in terms
Also,
of their characters. I just wish there was more focus.
Also, Noah's right. This is the most aura of any Shockwave. This goes crazy. This is crazy. This is hot take my favorite Soundwave design by a pretty large margin. This thing,
I do like him. Yeah.
crazy aura. He just fucking stares at you. He's so badass.
Yeah. I do like, one of my favorite scenes is the scene where he like fully like benches Arachnid.
See if I can find it.
Yeah, I need to start posting more of my like redesigns because I feel like people would like them.
I actually just got my replacement arm for my APC Shockwave, and I'm so happy. Prime Shockwave.
APC Shockwave?
Soundwave, sorry. Prime Soundwave
Yeah.
Arachnid.
I was gonna say APC made a Shockwave.
I actually just ordered the Soundwave from him. Is it this one? Watch out for the quiet one.
Yeah, that is the one where he fights Arachnid. Is the watch out for the scene.
Fellow Decepticons, while our loyalty
Yeah, it was like what we were talking about in the. I feel they did the idea of that talks rarely so much better than like Doom Guy. Like Doom Guy just felt like so try-hardy when he did the talking
Commander
thing.
Arachnid, you're not suggesting that we
I don't know.
abandon
Well, let's
you.
let the
yeah, I
scene
love
play, and then I'll talk
Soundwave.
about the thing in the
Despite
chat.
He's so hot.
Soundwave's efforts, we have
Sorry, who
been
said that?
unable to detect our master's signal. Megatron is either permanently offline
I
or
need
in
to
the
unmute the
thrall
stream
of
so I can-
Unicron. Neither is in the best interests of the Decepticons. So I am deeming an exodus to be the most prudent course of action. Unless anyone has a problem with that.
The hub ad.
Set course for Regulon 4. You have something to say, Soundwave? I command this vessel. You will resume your post. Step aside.
Something sad with the Universal Studios Hollywood Transformers ride being run down. Oh, that's sad.
I'll tear out your spark for that. I yield.
Tell me that's not the coldest shit.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not so badass.
And he just returns to his post. It's so
And then
good.
look, yeah, he just fucking walks away. I fucking love Prime Sound. See, I think the thing about Prime Soundwave, which I feel like a good summary of it, a lot of the Prime characters, as if someone did a voiceover. So, that's fair. Animated is definitely better than... a lot of people prefer animated to Prime. I haven't finished it, so I can't say that. I think a lot of people... I think a lot of what makes people able to like Prime is how open you are to not misinterpretation.
To like your own interpretation?
To reinterpretations. Because as much as animated is different, it's not that different. The only real different one is Optimus, who is really just Orion Pax. It's not that different.
Yeah.
But Prime, a lot of those characters are pretty radically different from their base versions. Shockwave, Soundwave, Breakdown, Bumblebee. Well, I guess Bumblebee's kind of...
Breakdown.
Bumblebee's kind of like Bay, but also not. Ratchet being cold, RC being completely different. Like, they're all very... Smokescreen's completely different. Wheeljack.
Bulkhead's different.
Yeah, but he's just kind of dumber.
Yeah, I don't like.
And more of a
like
jock.
Bulkhead.
But like, point being, if you can get behind a real reinterpretation, like, I think Prime is the perfect Transformers if it's actually trying to be serious.
I feel like in terms of animated, it's not like this big revamping. Everything's completely different. It's more. It feels like an elaboration on G1 rather than like reinvention.
Yeah.
Where it's sort of like.
Versus everyone in Prime is like almost if you flipped their G1 personality. Like Bumblebee talks a lot and quips, let's make him quiet. Soundwave is sassy and cold, let's make him quiet.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is also just like the fact that they were working off like Bayverse as well.
Hot take, I don't like animated. I respect that. I respect that.
I see.
That I'm not even sure if I agree with you. I just respect that. I respect the balls to say that because nobody agrees with that. Okay.
So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Mr. Nero or myself. Oh yeah, I will admit, I do like Prime. I just think it is very over glazed in the fandom, but it is good. Like I rewatched it and I was like, this is good.
I also think
this isn't just like a nostalgia.
A lot of people who haven't seen Prime kind of hate on Prime because Prime fans are annoying, which is fair.
Yeah.
But like, I think like most fans are annoying, and also like the only criticism I'll say, I've seen people say that the art style is bad. I don't agree with that. It's just that the color grading is bad.
Yeah, I will say the lighting is very.
The lighting is dull, and the colors.
I like the designs.
The designs are fucking amazing. They're so good. Prime Optimus is just Bayverse Optimus, but with a better color scheme and better.
I think I appreciate it not only as like a Bay kid, but also as someone who like grew up with like IDW and Prime being like, what I interpreted as like modernized takes on G1 characters.
No, we don't. Yeah, no, we don't. Prime has a great. Prime has perfect. Well, Beast Hunters is fun.
I think, I don't think any show that has ended needs to, like, get any sort of revival.
I will say...
Just let them go. We've got new takes.
There are times when the Prime's lighting works really well, like in the scene we just watched. That's a really good example of the lighting working. I don't like the lack of noses. I don't care about Transformers having noses or not. It's an
it's never taken me out of this show, but I think having the toys, it's like... You do notice the lack of noses.
Honestly, I never noticed until you guys just said it. Like, ever.
Yeah. It's very funny seeing the legacy toys that have noses and then like putting them with like original Prime toys that do not have noses at all. I do like Prime's animated's way of doing it, where they're just nose guards. They like have the shape of noses, but they're not actual noses.
I mean, that's what Arachnid does, who is the Prime I design I think of the most.
Hmm.
Is there a single Prime design that is just bad? Also, I skipped over these. Like, is there actually any Prime design that is not good?
I don't really like the Predacons, but that's just because Predaking is like, instead of being a combiner, I don't know.
I think Predaking looks sick. The Predacons are kind of whatever. Yeah, I'll give you that the Predacons are whatever, just to show you what I'm looking at, chat. Predacons.
I am trying to think of one I legitimately. Because I do like a lot of, especially for the Decepticons, the way they're like a lot. I think Bumblebee is kind of like just a very basic design because it's just kind of Bayverse. But I think that's more.
That, to be honest.
That yeah, well that's because that's more evergreen. I do think the Beast Hunter's colors look really good.
He's much more muscular. I do not think you want to hear my thoughts.
Yeah,
I'm sure I know what they are. I think Prime Bumblebee's much more muscular. He's got a lot less of the like weird color breaking and proportions of Prime or of Bayverse. I think his color breaking is really good. I think his head is adorable. I just like I don't.
I'm kind of indifferent to Prime B, but like specifically Season 3 Beast Hunters when he has like the reverse colors. I think that looks good.
Oh yeah, no, this is fucking awesome. And it's just they commit to it. It's great. I would actually say that Prime Optimus is my favorite Optimus design. Like,
I wouldn't go that far, but I do like it a lot.
It is my This is bar none. Could I even think of anything that I like as much as this design? I liked the IDW design until they kind of just kept killing his character. If we're counting this, it's...
Oh yeah, I don't like a design I don't like. I don't like Beast Hunters Optimus. I prefer Rid 15 Optimus. I think it does what Beast Hunters wanted to do much better.
I don't like the Rid 15 art style.
Yeah, I just think I like I actually really like Rid 15 in terms of designs.
I think this one is just cool to me because A, I have the toy, and B, I think a really muscular Optimus is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like, again, biased because I'm an animated glazer, but I really like animated Prime. In terms of, I like in terms of...
Oh, ABC Prime.
I don't know how to explain it. Oh yeah, APC Prime rocks. You should watch the review on that done by MRC.
Yeah, you should. He's too snatched for my liking. I mean, A, that's just kind of Prime's entire art style. But B...
It feels like Twunk Death. Beast Hunters Optimus feels like Twunk Death.
But, like, also, the whole thing is that he starts like this, and then he turns to this. So he starts really lean, and then he bulks the fuck up. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I just don't really like bulky Optimus.
I don't
That's why I don't like Fall of Cybertron that much.
Oh, that's the worst Optimus design ever. I don't
like it.
But I think
will get the toy of it, but I don't like it.
This works for its purpose. Weird Idor Star Convoy. I could not care less about Star Convoy. I'm sorry. I also think the wingsuit he has... Okay, that's not how you... That's Windblade.
I do not care for Star Convoy, says the person who owns almost every Star Convoy.
Who's trying to buy every Star Convoy. I know, right? I don't remember if... I can't... Can I just... Yeah! Okay, I can't even remember if he used this in the show or if it's just a toy thing. It's so cool! This is my favorite...
I'm waiting for my stream to catch up.
This is my favorite version of Optimus with wings. It's so cool.
Oh, the jetpack? Yeah, he does use that pretty often.
I can't remember because it's been so long. It's so cool.
I do always like when the trailer... Because it kind of looks like the trailer becomes... what becomes like the wings. I always like that it kind of... I would be cool if it was like a super mode.
Well, especially
I
the
always
toy.
like Super
The
Mario
toy doesn't
jetpacks,
parts
but-
form, which is super cool. I think they paid it. Too,
Yeah, that
too,
is cool.
Too safe with smokescreen. I think people would have pushed back.
Yeah.
I think people would have pushed back on it too much.
I think I really like smokescreens. I've always liked the arc of the sort of hot-headed, wants to be the leader, wants to like be the main dude. I always like it when they go through the arc of realizing their role, at least for the time being, is to just sort of
Super modes are a lost.
like-
I don't like super modes. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, you're all good. I was just saying, like, I've always liked the arc. I think Ninjago does it a little bit, which is why I hate when they say like Kai should have been the Green Ninja. It's like, no, his arc was realizing that he is still like worthy as a ninja, but his duty is to like
Emma, you need to bump up your mic.
protect
I like
rather
it.
than be the leader.
If you want me to get a louder mic, I just need a new mic. Prime Smokescreen is basically just Hot Rod. I mean, so
Yeah, you can turn me down if you want.
let Hot Rod
That might be
Hot
that
Rod.
might help.
That's the whole point of this, is that we are showing characters with different perspectives. If we just keep rehashing the same like arcs over and over, that kind of defeats the point.
I do kind of want to see someone, like, I'm sure someone has done like a custom paint of like Smokescreen as Hot Rod. I like Smokescreen as his own guy because I do like Hot Rod aging into Rodimus. Yeah. I don't know. That's
Bumblebee
fair.
one is good,
I
but
do.
I don't like how he doesn't
Oh,
have a
you go, Justin.
backpack. To be honest, I think he's a little too slender in the back way.
Who's this?
Prime Shockwave. Sorry, Beast. Bumblebee movie Shockwave.
Yeah, that's fair. I think he does have like the little back. It kind of looks like a little like jetpack thing on his backpack. I do like that, how it like plays outwards. I don't know.
Okay, this is the line you have to start at, because I scrolled past it on accident.
Oh yeah, no, you're all good. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the people's movements is not Miss Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. Only you and you alone could be the killer. How loud are you?
That's what I'm going to check right now, because I listened to myself earlier and I thought it sounded fine. And no one else has complained
Yeah,
about my audio.
you don't sound abnormal. Like, you're a little quiet, but you've always been a little quiet with your mic. I mean, you can maybe turn like me or the music down.
I
a
turned both
bit.
down already.
Yeah, I think we should be okay.
God, I love the names Nays turning. Yeah. Well, I turned my audio down more. You guys can let me know. I realized. So, I'm gonna push back on this theory. Why does Hot Rod need to be sad? Why does he need to be like the G1 one? Just be willing to change things. Be willing to take different directions. Almost every Transformers thing that people commonly attribute as good is different. Matumti is the most different Transformers thing ever, and it's widely regarded as one of the best. Don't be afraid to change your characters. Just general writing advice. As someone who's writing a long-form Transformers thing with very different characters.
Yeah.
And... Are you done already?
Huh?
I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence.
Yeah. Oh, new song. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence.
I mean, yeah, but like, maybe that is his character. Or maybe the reason he's smiling and goofing around is because he's trying to cope with it, but that's how he presents. He vanishes from the power. Okay, I'll remember that.
Something I can't quite fit into the big picture.
I just want to watch verse for the sound rod. Can we please not call him that?
That is the name of the ship.
Do they have actual chemistry?
Yeah, because I don't want to spoil anything, but in season 3, they both end up getting like bigger roles. Like obviously, Cyberverse is more of a short form show, so there's not much there's not as much substance. But like, yeah, they do get a lot of the time together, and like, you see their dynamic like change and evolve. I just really like it because I think they have similar roles in the Autobots as in my like AU. So I like how
my
and they're
mental
very different
Soundwave
characters.
is very asexual.
That's fair.
I thought not.
But that's because it went missing, and still is.
Aren't they reversed colors, Sonic and Shadow? I mean, blue and black are not uncommon colors. Missing? What do you mean by that?
In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. You were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Mr. Agent Hicks's cell phone.
Yeah, I actually just explained sounding to my friend yesterday, and or on Friday, and showed her a sounding rod. So, in person.
Oh. I see. Wait, what do you mean you showed it in person?
I
You
mean,
just
we
had
looked
one?
it up, but
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it was like, this one is mine.
no, I don't know the sounding
Or
rod.
at least, that's what you told me.
That's right.
But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took the phone with them?
Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Ha ha ha! Come on, get serious. Did this song get remixed? I'm actually kind of curious. No. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well?
We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Okay, if, hypothetically, because it's obvious at this point that Cammy Meal is the killer, if she did not turn his fucking phone off, she's an actual fraud and she's throwing. Of course I do.
Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir. I hear it, Detective. Now, where's it coming from?
Okay, I was trying to check if it's
I can't tell. Is the audio getting louder when you
No.
when you get closer?
it's in the attendance room. It is louder in here though.
The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir. Leave no stone unturned.
I bet it's in Rada's.
It's coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. This has got to be the victim's cell phone.
I'm actually gonna go get my APC Soundwave out now, because just thinking about him, like, I want to play with him. He's so good. Especially because they added his arms, which are so awesome.
I do like how the arms are. I wish it had more
It had what?
articulation. Soundwave.
Yeah, he doesn't have...
Oh, you meant the tentacles.
Oh yeah, no, those are great. No, the actual base figure, his legs kind of suck, but
Yeah.
like it's kind of the design's fault.
Yeah, it's like it's very hard to do that design. Like I'm very forgiving on like the lack of posability, but he also looks very good like standing there.
Like I said, favorite Soundwave design.
Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Tenero's.
What?
I love this song. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? See, if only Edgeworth could lie, this would be the perfect opportunity to bluff.
I found it in the flight attendant's room. In Miss Tenero's
I found
locker.
it in your locker. What? That's impossible. I put it in Miss Tenero's locker. Boom. Done. That's some shit Edgeworth or Phoenix would do.
Yeah.
What? But... Rada Tenero! I don't know anything about that phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Sorry, Miss Nero. Your life kind of sucks.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rada right away.
Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Mr. Nero's locker at the same time.
This is related to keycard, alright.
In
It in the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that.
Ugh.
The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. The truth, that is the one bird we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer basic conjectures at this point. Alright then. Why did the culprit take the old cell phone from Agent Hicks? So Cracky is hot for Fran there, right? If you mean me, as in the person, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
If you mean Edgeworth, the character, definitely not. They're basically siblings.
Not they're siblings.
Yeah, they basically, yeah.
Also, I think he's like 7 years older than her, maybe 8 at this point.
Yeah.
What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence to point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. The LCD is broken.
Without a screen, I can't even place a call with this.
Masha, no.
Ace Ventura? Damn, that's messed up.
Ah. It's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures?
Thank you, Edgeworth, for your brilliant question. Can this cell phone with a rear-facing camera take pictures?
This mobile phone.
Edgeworth, maybe you should just be fired.
I'm cutting your salary. Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know this kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks as though it's a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some of the pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case?
That's the only I can bear this song. Nope, nope.
No. If so, I'd say there are some very more...
Sorry, I have to turn this off. Turn this dog shit off.
If so, I say there are very more convenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even as a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. Dude, a fucking Apple store can.
I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that.
I must say it, Edgeworth is one of those born the wrong generation kids. Yeah, he is. 100%. I say this
fucking cravat.
as someone whose favorite character is Edgeworth.
He wears a fucking cravat. The year is like 2025 at this point.
Hmm.
I mean, I think this game takes place in 2024, actually. Just using mental math. Bro wears a cravat. Like, he thinks he's so special.
The joint of my blockies wouldn't go in and I have my so bad or my...
If you're having a joint that won't go in, use a hard surface and sandwich it between. Do not use your hand.
Yeah.
May I go back to sleep now?
Objection!
The LCD... The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken. That is for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? Dude's like,
what do you mean by that, Francisca?
He's 27. It looks like our killer wasn't very familiar with electronics. The phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It is possible that the photos are still inside there, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now.
This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case. 27.
Hey, the LF Red's nowhere in this picture.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Ouch, she's right. There's not much we can find out from Agent Hicks' killers, but... Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? The fact that the suitcases are here in this photo is odd. Agent Hicks was still alive at the time. So, wait. Oh.
So what exactly is so odd about suitcases that haven't been used being there yet?
Yes, well, I was only pointing out things that...
Your off-topic ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth.
Is it the rail? Oh. What's all this?
I am also here. Oh, they are cargo ship from Virginia to Geneva.
So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off far. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes?
No.
No. Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Virginian. It says, it means cloth in English.
Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer...
What? What is for that scary face?
Miss Meal.
Yes?
It appears that Agent Hicks was not an ordinary... was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is.
Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force your mistake reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. Virginian oh.
The Virginian cargo in this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer.
Yeah? I don't get it, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it the cloth? Because that was what was in the boxes.
Are they trying to say that this cloth is the same one? Surely not. Yeah, no.
Well, what about the cloth, the bloody cloth?
Oh! Yeah! Because there's bloody Virginian cloth in there. Do we see the Laser Garden Asian stuff? Yeah, I saw that master. And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilled. But there was one thing that bothered me with this. Where did it come from? And now, I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in this bar had cloth in Virginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with.
Oh, we talked about it a little earlier. It looks fine. It's weird that it doesn't have a bottom piece, but that might just be because that Mixmaster can't hold it. I think it's a good compromise.
Yeah.
Though. Like, I mean, reasonably, Megatron transforming is kind of fucking useless anyway. So.
Yeah, like, I think including a gun is a pretty good compromise for that thing as well.
And this is where the killer...
Oh, I thought you read that already.
I might have. I think I did, yeah. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Virginian.
Yeah, Henry Stickmin loves Ace Attorney. It's pretty obvious.
And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Meal.
Hold it! That's pretty flimsy. I mean, it could just be 2 pieces. They could have just made it 2 pieces.
Mm.
The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. That's what the retro reissue Skywarp, yeah, Skywarp did, I'm pretty sure. That's what a lot of Megatrons that include handheld pieces do. The killer probably searched through the boxes looking for something to use. Look, you're frantic. You don't care if the box is in English or Virginian. I kind of agree.
Objection! Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There's no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Virginia, well then, logically the killer would have opened this box first.
Oh.
Hey, it says bedsheets in English right on the box, sir. Precisely. And bedsheets would be perfect for cleaning
Right,
up
but
blood.
the Skywarp
wouldn't you say?
reissue they did just came with the Megatron gun. The one I'm talking about, the one from this year or from last year. Hold it. So what are you trying to say?
That if I were the criminal, this box of bedsheets would have been what I would have spotted first.
So you admit it. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have any explanation for that?
The killer didn't want to know what the real scene of the crime was. The killer didn't want anyone to know what the real scene of the crime was this cargo. So, they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color.
Because the killer knew that they were going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhangfa.
That's right. This is why the Borginian cloth was used.
Megatron being a gun is silly. Like a truck, it's hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. I mean, fair. I think the historical context behind it is really cool. And also, I like the way Skybound does it, where he's really powerful in that form and he's kind of manipulative. I think that's pretty cool. But like,
yeah.
But like, meh, it's fine. My favorite Megatron alt modes are the flying ones because I think it's cool that he has air superiority over Optimus.
Hmm. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a decision is you, Camille. You and you alone. It would be very easy for us to confirm any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Sheng authority at the time.
I wouldn't say Gun Megatron is overrated, or overhated, considering how many people are willing to die for Gun Megatron. It's probably still the most popular Megatron alt mode, is Gun.
Hmm. You may even find other evidence within those boxes. So, what do you say, Miss Meal? Miss Meal, why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation at Chengfa?
I actually think the cool thing... Can you still hear me? Am I louder?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they can still hear me. I think the reason Cannon Galvatron is cool because it goes to a gun to a cannon. I think that's cool.
I do like that as an evolution. Yeah.
I hope.
And also, like, the giant turret just, like, it just makes more sense. It's not like he, like, shrinks or anything.
Yeah, and I love the proportions of it too.
Hmm.
Okay,
I like that
doesn't
it is just a stationary like housing unit for his turret. Like it's not like a tank, it is literally just
It doesn't sound like they can hear me because they're not responding to what I'm saying. So, I'm just gonna wait and see if they respond. I'm gonna assume that that mic's... Oh! Oh! No! I'm not reading the whole thing.
we're back. Oh jeez.
He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. I...
You finished making all the arrangements. Very good, Detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her. More out of her there.
I find him an odious contrarian. Perspective End is interesting to me because, like, I get why everyone doesn't like him, but, like, as someone who knows him, he's, like, a pretty normal guy. And, like, it's made me see him very differently. Is that he's a very, like, normal guy. When you speak to him, he's just, like, very chill.
Yeah. I think he does play it up for his content quite a bit as well. Yeah, I do agree with No. I do like the take of the gun because it is no other purpose other than violence.
Yeah. And that's that.
I do like that idea of rationalizing it. Like I heard like I've always been very anti-gun. But I did hear that and I was like, okay, so I do understand that point of view.
I don't know. He's definitely playing it up for the camera, kind of like Jobby is. And I think, like, not that I agree with that thing, but, like, you know, make your bag, you know? Nobody has to watch him. That's how I look at him.
Yeah.
Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden.
One thing is for sure.
The ring behind this whole thing is... I mean, you did it again. Ah, there we go. One thing is for sure. The ring behind this whole mess means serious business.
Well, I'm gonna find
there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
He said the
not even gonna talk about what he just said. I've been meaning to do this for a while. This needs to be H.
This
needs to be H. That's fine. This needs to be R. This needs to be O. Can this be Shift? Okay, that's a lot better. I just want the keys to mostly match what the first letter is.
That's fair.
I don't think Jobby's the biggest
Is
because
it?
Emgo exists.
I
mean,
think
that's fair.
I think Jobby has the most crossover with the wider like toy and collectible community, but I wouldn't say he's the biggest in the Transformers scene.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to like Jobby. I'm not defending Jobby. I don't watch him, but like, he's making his bank. Mr. Edgeworth, I just want to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. Oh my god. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers, the flight attendant. I hope that, but please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No. I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. Remember, here at GoU Airlines, you're always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you.
Toy Guy surpassed
I'll keep
Emgo?
that in
Doesn't
mind.
Emgo have like 1 million subscribers? I'm pretty sure Emgo has like 1 million subscribers. Yeah, Emgo is 513. Jobby has 603? Damn. I thought that Toy Guy only has 100k. Here are my favorite non-TF tubers. I'll show you in a second. And I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue no matter where you go.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir. But boy, it was fun. A man died. Shoot. Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges.
Technically, it was a skyquake.
A skyquake. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Miss Von Cobb is always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective. Can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir. Francisca.
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
Oh, JC is so cool. Big fan of him.
Is that
The guy with the Commander Cody profile picture. He's super nice.
Yes.
Very wholesome.
He seems
guy.
really chill. I've watched quite a few of his.
Yeah, very wholesome, nice
like
guy.
him.
I watch the videos. He makes me smile.
Yeah.
And I talk to him, and he makes me smile.
Oh.
How many times can
Aces.
people bring people up and go, "Yeah, I know that guy."
Yeah, I know that guy.
I actually haven't talked to Paper Plane that much. He's in there, but I don't talk to him. He's not very active. Same with Diamond Bolt. He's not super active.
Yes, you know so many of these people. Wow.
Yeah, I know a lot of them, The only big ones that you guys can name that I don't know are like, I don't know Toy Guy, I don't know Thew, I don't know Emgo, but I don't know, he's not really Transformers. But like, I don't know them, I just have not naturally crossed paths with them. Versus most of the people I have.
That's wild.
Jito, I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am?
You are Francisco von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing pirate, living her life on the name and fame of her that her invisible father built.
Then why can I see him? True, your father, Manthro Kama, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. I'm recapping the first game.
LMAO.
Oh, no strike! However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Sea salt! A steak?
Hold on, I'm gonna do something.
Are you gonna do the 10 hours again?
Okay. I'm gonna... Don't say... the word invincible. Just read the line. But don't say invincible.
However, I wouldn't say he was...
Okay, that's...
Did it work?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go. Oh my god! I just rewatched the stream. It's perfect. Anyway.
Am I gonna do that game again? Oh! Yo, maybe we should end stream with the invincible QT. What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only a sliver of the bigger picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there is another agent on this case with me.
Oh, another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents. He has the highest success arrest rate. Who knows? You may even run into him one day. Definitely not on the next case, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see where we cross paths.
I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I am to pay you back in full. I will kill you, Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah, just like that, she's gone, huh, sir?
Have they played the song yet?
No. Is this the new Gumshoe theme?
Yeah, it's hopeful. Hope Shoe.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Oh, thank goodness! I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for a whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma. The smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Edgeworth speaking.
Ah, finally. I know it goes on me darn days you, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Ah, have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct?
Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this to anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped.
Huh?
Da 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 da.
How long have we been at it? Oh yeah, good. Nearly 4 hours. Damn.
I was hoping we'd get stuck to all the Transformers discussions really just distracted, but but that's fine.
Yeah.
I am a wait. What's this? Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, that is.
That'd
be good with like achievements, right?
Yeah, it would. I really like this. Well, it's not great, but it has. This character is pretty excellent, and I'm gonna have so much fun with him. Although I don't really know if we. How long is the? How many sections is the first part? That's kind of long. 2 investigations. Yeah, it's kind of long.
Yeah. I do have to go pretty soon anyway,
Yeah,
so
I don't think we have time.
we'd probably be good to wrap it here, yeah. Yeah, no, that was a good case. I enjoyed that one.
It's a pretty fun, although I didn't realize how kind of stupid it was.
Yeah, I mean it's Ace Attorney.
Yeah, but it's a really good case. A game I just finished that I want to put you guys onto that is not at all related to what we're doing. Well, it's vaguely related. I want you guys to
the Emma classic.
I want you to check out this game. I want you guys to check out Of the Devil. If you guys are interested in Ace Attorney, you don't have to have played Ace Attorney for this. Although it wears its Ace Attorney stuff on its inspiration on its sleeve. You should really consider checking out Of the Devil. This game is pretty fantastic. It is a courtroom drama, kind of, in 2086. It's super cyberpunky. It's cyberpunky. It's got a ton of great female characters, and the writing's super sharp and fun. The world's super interesting. The music is fun. I love her. She's the protagonist. I love her. She's great. The game also weaves together. What makes it different from like Ace Attorney is it weaves together court stuff and legal proceedings with gambling. So the currency of the game is like chips, and it's all framed as like blackjack, poker, and like you can see here it says the word blind. That's because this situation where you have to choose if you want to go up is called taking a blind. But it's also like justice is blind. It's like a double entendre. And so this game's
Yeah,
really,
that is cool.
really good. I highly recommend this game if you are interested. It is only $10 right now. Well, the prologue is free, so you could play the prologue. And then the chapter 1 is $10. It's not finished, but chapter 1 is fantastic. And the prologue is great too. She's super interesting. I think you will love this game if you are even vaguely interested in the description I gave you. Also, I wrote a really good review for it that I'm really proud of, that I actually want to see if I can find. Am I the most recent review? No. I want to do most recent reviews. How do I sort by most recent? I want to find my review. Whatever, I'm giving up. Is there a Sonic Murder Mystery game? We're not playing Sonic Murder Mystery. I'm not doing that. I don't trust you guys to handle Sonic Murder Mystery with me.
Oh, damn. I would have loved to play Sonic
It's like
Murder
3 hours
Sonic
long. Just play it on
Hedgehog,
my
honestly.
own.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, if you've never played it before, yeah.
Well, I also don't like Sonic. Go to reviews for my profile. Oh, I wasn't signed in there. I was trying to find it naturally. Anyway. That's case 2 done with. Probably we'll be back Tuesday for the Metroid stuff, hopefully. Oh, that is a really good sound wave. Yeah, very prime sound wave.
Oh god. Hang on. Hello.
Well, I don't really have anything to leave you with. I'm trying to think if there's anyone like that I want to like.
Are we back?
Oh, I wanted to show you guys my since someone asked who my favorite content creator is outside of FNAF, I can actually show you because this is my favorite content creator more than anyone ever. He's my favorite. I love him.
Oh, no. Why?
Fuck. I watch this guy constantly. He just made a this guy. He does videos that are really good. He just made a 24-hour FNAF stream highlights. A 22-hour. I'm watching it right now. It's I love the FNAF marathons. Anyway, this is my favorite. I think he's really funny.
My Wi-Fi keeps cutting me out.
I have a feeling that somebody's gonna be like, you like FNAF YouTuber? Yes.